guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome, and if you guys have already been subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Today is yet another episode of my #1 products from my top 5 high-end brands, and today we're going to tackle Anastasia Beverly Hills, Buxom Cosmetics, Charlotte Tilbury, Hourglass, and MAC Cosmetics. So if you guys want to see what are my #1 products from these brands, then please keep on watching. So the first brand that we're going to talk about is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is a brand that I was eyeing for so long, but I think the #1 product that stands out to me from their brand is definitely the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder, and I have in the shade medium. This is a powder that I generally use underneath my eyes and all over the face. It definitely gives like a very smooth blurring effect on the skin, and that is why this powder definitely does like something special on the skin in terms of like blurring out the pores, in terms of smoothing out the texture, and that is why this product is definitely my #1 from Charlotte Tilbury. So the next brand that we're going to talk about is Hourglass, and definitely one thing that stands out to me from Hourglass is their face palette, because we can test out different products from the same brand at the same time in a face palette, and I love a multitasking palette in my collection. So I'll definitely say this face palette is definitely my #1 from the Hourglass collection, and this is their Lightning Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked Ambient Palette. This palette comes with a finishing powder, bronzer, blush, and metallic strobe powder, which is their highlighter. I absolutely love all the shades in this palette. There is not one dud in this palette. So for today's look, I applied this bronzer all across my face, especially in like my jawline as well as in my cheekbones, just to give it more of a bronzy and a defined look. And then I went with this cool tone mauve tone blush on my cheeks, and this gives such a natural flush on the cheeks without being like glowy or matte. It just gives like a very natural skin-like finish, and that's the best thing about these powders, that it doesn't look flat matte or like super glowy unless it's a highlighter, which I would come next. I did not use this highlighter, but I absolutely love this highlighter. It gives so much dimension on the cheeks, and it doesn't emphasize so much of my texture or anything like that. So I absolutely love it. And this powder, you can apply it all across your face. I generally do apply this powder underneath my eyes, but because I was using the Charlotte Tilbury powder, I only used 2 of the shades out of this palette. Next, let's move on to MAC Cosmetics, and my #1 product from them is their Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and this one is in the shade Double Gleam, and this is what I have as a highlighter on my face, and you can see the glow that is on my face. It absolutely is such a beautiful smooth powder. It definitely does emphasize a little bit of texture, but it is very smooth on the skin. You can absolutely buff it inside your skin, and it will give like such a radiant effect. This definitely leans more neutral. It is not like champagne gold or anything like that. This one is much more, I would say it's champagne, but it has a little bit of iciness to it too. So I absolutely love this product from MAC Cosmetics. If you guys do have any other product from MAC that you absolutely love, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Next, let's move on to the eyeshadow palette, and this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I chose mine in Sultry because this is absolutely gorgeous. I know that you cannot find this now, but you take any Anastasia palette, I mean, you would absolutely love it. I definitely wanted to dig into this, and that's why I used this on my eyes today. But you guys know Jackie Aina palette I absolutely love. The Amrezy palette I absolutely love. It's a very tough competition for me to choose between the two. I would say if you're talking about quality, I think Anastasia palettes are all around good quality eyeshadow palettes. But my favorite definitely is the Jackie Aina palette as well as the Sultry palette. So I wanted to definitely dip into this. It's a shame that both of them are limited edition products and you cannot find it. I think Jackie Aina palette is still on their website, but I don't know whether they're going to bring this back or not. But really, such an amazing palette. I absolutely love this palette. So let's move on to the eye look that I did today. I took the shade called Birch from the palette and I applied all over my crease as a transitioning shade, and I also applied the same shade in my lower lash line. And then I went with the shade called Dystopian in my outer corners, and that is my deepening shade for my eye look. And this is such a beautiful neutral brown, deep dark brown shade, I would say. This is like if you apply this with a gray shadow, which is like slate, this would appear much more like a cool tone brown. But if you apply it with like a warm tone shade, the way that I applied today, this is gonna translate as like a deep dark brown shadow. I absolutely love that shade to like deepening the outer corners. You also have a black in this eyeshadow palette. Absolutely lovely. Then I took the shade called Teak right in the center of my eyelid, just for that bronzy effect. I love these shimmers. I mean, I really feel that Anastasia stands out in the shimmer quality, and I absolutely love it. Then I took the shade which is Steampunk, and I applied it right in my inner third of my eyelid, I would say. And this is a beautiful gold shade. If you are going for a glam look, you do not need any other palette. This is such a stunning palette from Anastasia. I absolutely love it. And then I just finished off my inner corners by applying Pearl, and I went with a very light hand because I know it is such a punchy shade. So I definitely went with a very light hand. But that, and then like the black in the outer corners, you don't need anything else for an eye look. I mean, this is stunning, absolutely stunning palette in my collection, and I love it so much. The last brand that we're going to talk about is Buxom, and out of the Buxom brand in general, I would say the one product that stands out to me is their lip glosses, and this is called the Full On Lip Cream. The one that I applied today is in the shade White Russian. I have so many of these lying in my collection. I have one in the shade Hot Toddy. I have another one in the shade Mudslide. These give like a very minty sensation on your lips, but it gives such a glossy finish on your lips. It makes it like bigger and like more juicy and plump. And yeah, if you're looking for like a good gloss, it's by no means like a plumping lip gloss. It's not doing anything for your lips, like it's not like painful or anything like that, but it definitely has that tingling, cooling sensation on your lips, which I absolutely love, and I look forward to it whenever I'm applying this lip gloss. So definitely a favorite from the Buxom would be their lip creams. And that's all for today, guys. I really hope that you guys are loving this series and you can know which are like the top products from these brands. So if you guys like this video, do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 to 4 videos every week. So until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.